this is the most important. You know, I used to go a few months ago say, well, I don't know, this is important, that's important. Which is more important? This is the most important election in the history of our country. The Biden agenda would be a catastrophe for Arizona seniors. Do we have any seniors in the House? Biden is pledging mass amnesty and free federal health care for illegal aliens. You saw that, where he was up on the stage with his radical left Democrats. Who's willing to give free health care to illegal immigrants, right? They said to illegal immigrants, right? And everybody raised their hand, and Biden couldn't get his up. Because he knew, you know, he's been doing this crap for 47 years, right? He's gone. He knew it was wrong. But then he looked, and his brain is shot, so he looked over there. And their hands were all up. Then he looked over there, and their hands were all up. There were a lot of them. He knew it was wrong because it would be so horrible for our country, because everyone's going to flood our country. You get free health care, right? You get free health care, you get free education. I jokingly said, and everybody gets a Rolls Royce. And CNN said, that's a lie. So what happened is he couldn't get it up, and then he looked, and he looked, and he got it up. And I said, thank you, we just won the election. He would decimate Medicare if he did that. And it's not going to be up to him. That's his party. That's what they want. They want socialized medicine. And he'll destroy your Social Security. While I'm president, no one will touch your Medicare or your Social Security. You know, the amazing thing, Biden's always complaining, oh, he didn't stop China fast enough, except he didn't want to stop him at all. You know, little things like this. But, you know, he's always complaining, and yet he was here for 47 years. Right? I say, Joe, it's not like you're an outsider. And it wasn't that long ago either. 47 years, and all he does is complain. Biden had 47 years to fight for seniors and reduce prescription drug costs, and look what I've done. And I've just exercised. They're going to come down 70, 80, 90%. Because I just did something that nobody thought anybody would do. A favored nations clause. We pay the lowest in the world. You'll see numbers that are shocking. They're not happy with me, the big pharma. Big pharma is spending a lot of money. When you see those ads, please remember, every one of those ads means your drug prices are coming down. They can't believe it. I tried to make a deal with them. I did. I tried. But we couldn't. In the end, we couldn't. They got too greedy. Too much money. Too much money. But, you know, last year we brought drug prices down 1%. I'm not bragging about it. It's the first time in 52 years that drug prices came down. But now we're going for the big one. Now we're going for the big one. And, you know, rebates. You know, the richest people, the middlemen. You know the middlemen about drugs? You know that? We have middlemen. Nobody knows who the hell they are. Never hear middle women. I hear middlemen, so we'll make it politically correct. Middlemen, No, they're called middlemen. Nobody knows who they are. These guys are so rich. Who are they? I'll bet you Hunter gets a piece of the action, do you think? Hunter Biden is a middleman on top of everything else. He gets it from China. He gets it from Ukraine. He got $3.5 million from Russia, from Moscow. He got 3.5, and on top of everything else, he's a middleman. Nah, I'll bet he is. He probably gets a piece of the action. But instead, he sold seniors out to the drug lobby and to Big Pharma. That's Biden Sr. I'm taking on the powerful special interests like never before. Nobody's ever done this before. Nobody's ever done it before. I mean, you know, for years you heard about drug prices. Nobody ever did anything. And now you hear about drug prices and they're dropping. They're going to be dropping like a rock. Also, I'm letting your governor, your great governor, buy until the thing kicks in and probably litigation. But, you know, I've exercised this whole thing with favored nations. So if Germany pays 10 cents for a pill and we're paying $2.50, and you have that kind of disparity, it's ridiculous, that we have the right to match. In other words, we get the lowest price. But until it kicks in, Canada pays half of what we pay. So I'm letting your governor and other governors go to Canada, buy your drugs through Canada, save 50%. We get rid of the middlemen. The other thing we did very big, much less than what we're talking about, but very big, we capped insulin costs for medicine and Medicare. For Medicare plans at less than $35 a month. People were dying because they couldn't afford insulin. 33 million seniors, 33, think of this, $35, but 33 million seniors on Medicare will soon be receiving $200 to help with their drug costs on top of everything else. Nobody's done. By the way, in all fairness, nobody has done anything like this. But your big thing is going to be when you see what happens with the favored nations, because you've been hearing about it for years, where other countries are paying a tiny fraction of what we bear all of the costs because our politicians sold us out. They sold us out. But I'm not a politician, so it's one of the, I couldn't stand watching it. To battle the China virus, we launched the largest mobilization since World War II. Our early and aggressive action saved more than 2 million lives. I acted early to ban travel from China and how about this? You should have done it sooner. But in the meantime, when I did it, he called me xenophobic, right? And then months later, he agreed that I was right. And now he's saying, I should have done it sooner. This guy. I also banned it from Europe because I saw with Italy and with Spain and with France. And by the way, they have a big spike right now. They have a very big spike right now, and we're doing good. We are rounding the turn. We have the vaccines coming and all, but even without, we're rounding the turn. People are pandemicked out. You know that? They're pandemicked out. That's why it's so great what your governor's done. He's opened up your state. You're doing great. We pioneered life. And by the way, you get it. You know, like I say, here I am. I'm here. I'm here. And now I'm immune. I can jump into this audience and kiss every man and woman. I'm immune. Right? They say. It used to be you're immune for life. And then when I got it, I said I'm immune. They said it's only good for 4 months. See if anybody else. You understand that, right? I'll jump into that audience right there. We pioneered life-saving therapies and reduced the fatality rate 85%. Think of it. And I had it too. I didn't feel good. I feel not so great. And I'm not used to that. And we can't let that happen to a president because we have to be at the top of our game. That's why you can't let Biden be president, because he's not at the top of his game mentally. Can't have that. One thing I can tell you, Putin, President Xi of China, Kim Jong-un, all of them, Macron, they're very much at the top of their game. You can't let this happen to our country. You can't. But I was laying, and you know, if you're president, one thing you're guaranteed, lots of doctors. And they would grab me by every part. They had hands all over me. I said, get the hell out of here. I just don't feel good. And we ended up, I used the drug Regeneron, which nobody ever thought about 6 months ago. And I woke up the next morning, and I was like, I felt like Superman. Get me out of here. I said, get me out of here. And Eli Lilly makes a similar product, and we're going to distribute that. We're trying to get emergency use so we can do it faster because it's early. But it's fantastic, antibodies, and we're going to distribute it all over, and we're going to make sure that people that have a problem, they get the same drug as I got, and I'm telling you, it'll be the same result. It'll be the same result, and it's free. We're going to do it free. Companies are working with us. Because it's not their fault, it's China's fault, it's not their fault. But I woke up and I felt good. I said, get me out of here. Boom, Superman. Through Operation Warp Speed, we will have 100 million vaccine doses before the end of the year, and our military is going to distribute them, and there's nobody like our military. Oh. The vaccine will end the pandemic, but even without the vaccine, the pandemic is ending. It's going to end. It ends with it. But, you know, this can go quickly. This can make it go a lot faster. Biden's lockdown will crush America. My plan will crush the virus and bring back your American dream.